Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. And this is going to be the start of some astrological offerings each month around the dark moon. So, just before the dark moon, which does set the lunar overtone for the month ahead. So, in these times of maelstrom out in our world, I think it's really important to stay focused, to stay present and grounded. But more than ever, this is time for us to be awake and to bring in all our tools and resources and sacred ways and offerings because we are in service to humanity. So, welcome. And from time to time, I will be looking down at the charts that I work with. So I'm bringing in the astrological viewpoints. Yeah, so as many of you may know, I've emerged after a creative hiatus. And today, here in the Southern Hemisphere, it's the 20th of March and the autumn equinox for us here in the south. It's the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere and the start of the astrological new year. The sun goes into 00 degrees Aries, which presents us with a whole new cycle, a new beginning. Aries in the north relates to spring, the ram, new beginnings. It is also the energy of activism and setting the intention of what is it that we wish to create with these new beginnings. And in these times of great social change, irrespective of what your own viewpoints, cosmologies and truths are, or opinions of what is happening out in our community, it is a time for common sense and common unity. It is also a time where we can find great wisdom and insights from the ancient ones. And it is the equinox gateway for us here in the south, relating to the mythology, the mother's mythology of when Persephone, the daughter of Demeter, the great earth mother, the great harvest mother, when Persephone goes down into the underworld for 6 months to find the wisdom, the teachings, the mysteries. It's also a time leading into the winter solstice here in the south of 3 days and 3 nights around the 21st of June of the resurrection mysteries. This also connects back to the Dionysian mysteries, and it was around the ancient rites of fertility that we can draw a lot of wisdom from, of going back to the old stories, because there's been many cataclysmic events that have happened with humanity, with Mother Earth. Not saying this is a cataclysmic event, but in these times of great change, it is tuning into what is important to us in our connection with our family, with each other, with respect and care for our community. And this is indicated by the astrological conjunctions and aspects and alignments that are currently occurring through 2020, and also with the Indigenous prophecies. So there are many amazing elements lining up. And last year we had Uranus transiting into Taurus, and I'm going to read to you what I wrote about this last year because it's still relevant, because Uranus is in Taurus for another few years. So Uranus, the planetary guardian of Aquarius, has now landed in the zodiacal feminine earth sign of Taurus. Remember, this was written last year. Calling on all fringe dwellers, ray seers, radical revolutionaries, non-conformists, free-spirited agents, and ecological activists. Now is the awakened time of conscious for the awareness of humanity and sustainability of our planet, Mother Earth Gaia. Uranus is the great awakener and liberator, and the revolutionary, the pirate, the lightning bolt that shatters all, breaking down old systems of wealth. Taurus is a fertile sign steeped in nature, yielding abundance of resources. And maybe it's now time to gather your seeds and look at what it is that we can do with Mother Earth in partnership. Technological advancements are governed by this planet. However, with the carcinogenic 5G network being rolled out, it is the largest biological experiment ever. The sojourn in Taurus can play out in a myriad of unexpected, chaotic ways, depending on how we hopefully navigate ground control with our vibrational frequencies tuned to love and not fear, personal, interpersonal, and collective healing. So stay focused on positive planetary information and transformation. The egoic, patriarchal, corporate play will not be able to hold in this disruptive but revolutionary rhythm. So wake up for the shake-up and step outside of the matrix and ask yourself, what can you do collectively for yourself and for each other and for Mother Earth? So our planet Saturn has transited into the zodiacal sign of Aquarius, and it's really important to focus on our anchorage and our access points. So Saturn helps ground us and anchor us down in a very practical way. So what are your anchorage points at this moment in time? How do you ground? How do you look after yourself? What are the practical resources and ways of being that bring in common sense? In the sign of Aquarius, it is common unity for the collective whole. So looking at our access points, our medicine tools, our resources, our gifts. And so what I'm going to offer you each month around the dark moon is some practical insights. There will be channeling as well that comes through from our star seeds and ancestors, ancient knowledge and wisdom combined with our progressive way forward. So thank you so much for tuning in. There's so much information that can be shared, and if you are liking the vibe of this and you would like to tune in, please like this and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So may the vital force be with you with great love and tenderness for self, and also deepest compassion, but also wisdom of the revolutionary times that are upon us, and choosing and tuning into what we need to do.